episode of the day, and it's an update episode on Bishop Zondo being in court. Now, this part here, it's not from me. Yeah, you can go and ask SABC. They're the ones that publish things, and so the detective is only hearing about it after the facts, and so they're saying that Bishop Zondo was in tears. They say he was in so much tears they had to stop.
Within the four walls of Court GC in this building, Zondo's legal defense left nothing to chance. Advocate Pete Pistorius has been attempting to poke holes in the witness's testimony after she testified that Zondo raped her at a Formula One hotel in 2008. Pistorius put it to her that she was raped by a well-known gospel artist and not Zondo. But the witness denied this, saying she only met the artist in 2010 when she joined his group. Pistorius also quizzed her about the interview she did at a local radio station, saying it's the one which led to the burning of Zondo's church, memories that got Zondo teary.
They are alleging that the cause of those things that were happening in this church, where people were destroying the church, was due to the interviews that the witness did with Theta FM. However, the witness denied those allegations that what happened was not due to what she said at the radio station. At that point, that is when Bishop Zondo then started crying in court, and he became emotional, and the court now had to adjourn to allow him to collect his emotions.
We had to kind of like pause. Man them was crying like no man's business. It's okay, you know. Man them's also cry. When Bishop Zondo was asked to comment on the subject of these women, he was there mocking the subject. And I came back and I said, is this really something to mock like this? At one particular point, you'll remember he was even saying, oh man, you know what, Nimrod, you were saying it to Nimrod. Nimrod, your friend. He said to Nimrod, no, if I wanted to do this, if I wanted to give myself thingy from a person forcefully, I would rather just go and buy. There are many in the street. And I came here and I said, is it a subject that you would take so lightly in this South Africa? Today, if you are in South Africa, you know what just happened in Krugerstop. I'm not going to talk about that. But you can go out, just Google Krugerstop if you don't know, and you'll see what we are talking about. In this country, can you tell those people that, no, they should have just gone and found one and just, which is what he was saying. It belittles the subject. Okay? Those are the comments that were coming from him. After his sister passed away, Bishop Zondo was kicking out his sister's kids because his sister had gone and exposed him. One information that is very much public. He said, no, it was not him. He blamed it on another person. He said, no, me. No, it was not me. It was that other person who did it. So, excuse me, how did you know that it was another person? Do you understand? So, how did you know that it was another person? He blamed another particular individual from the values and musician and said, no, it's not me, it's this particular individual. But how did he know that it was that person? Anyways, that's the story of a different day. As the tears are coming down, they must mela indaba yakho. You see, the same way I said earlier on, you don't speak of these subjects with light note like that. Because they are of a serious nature. The charges that you are charged of are of a serious nature. But now, how do you expect people that are actually against him to be feeling? Me, I'm just a commentator. I'm just a guy on YouTube who makes videos about subjects that are happening within the church. How do you think those people are thinking about this particular subject? Or if not now, how do you think they think? How do you think they felt then when you were putting those kind of comments and remarks out there? When they said your church is a cult, and you're like, what is a cult? So all these things of belittling subjects as they came out, what is it now that you expect those people to have felt? Then when you commented it, when you were under my bishop proudly saying, yeah, could have just went and bought. These comments, they make you remember, they remind you. As you are having this conversation, remember you're talking about other people. You're talking about other people that have their emotions attached to whatever. There are other things that I am not going to talk about right now, which are happening in the court case. We'll talk about them after. When they are now public, we'll now talk about them. Because there is a lot that has happened in that court case, in that court house. Very fascinating things. All of a sudden he's pointing other people. But how did you know it was that person? Sexuality show. Do daily Christian commentary videos. And then when you cry, do you expect us also to, or do you expect them, me, because I'm outside, I'm just going to report on the subject, right? But you, when you are laughing at those people, when they are thinking, when you cry, you expect them to feel what exactly? Can just update us down in the comment section. The reality show. I will do that. You see, that's why we call it the reality show. We gotta put some of these checks on some people's reality, because some people, they function outside of reality for so long that they don't realize that they themselves are still within the story. It's Ricky, and I'll see you on a later on. Y'all be blessed.